Hi, I'm Patricia Tagli, a life coach and executive coach, and this is Trish Time. It's basically a community series where we talk about events, attractions, personalities in the town of Greenburgh and bring them alive to the citizens here. And today we have the Greenburgh Nature Center. And with us today are Ann and Andrew. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
And if you'd like to start off by talking about what it is that you do at the Greenburgh Nature Center.
Sure. My name is Andrew Mikowski. I work at the Greenburgh Nature Center as a naturalist educator. A lot of my job is teaching programs. We teach a number of programs about animals, plants, apple cider, maple sugar, you name it. We teach about 20 different programs.
Fantastic.
Also, I am in charge of our animal collection. We have over 100 animals
Wow.
that we take care of, reptiles, mammals, amphibians. We have everything, fish. And I basically ensure that they're being properly taken care of, you know, being fed, the right food, the right amount of food, that they're being enriched properly. Being in cages, captive animals are often neglected a little bit in the sense that they're not able to exhibit their natural behaviors enough. So you have to supplement with, you give them toys, like you give your dogs toys. So we have to, you know, we can play with our animals, we can engage with them, we can give them little puzzles for the smarter animals, like we have crows and ravens, which are very smart.
Wow, okay.
Yep. And we have a number of volunteers too that I help to supervise. They do a lot of the work. We really depend a lot on our volunteers. They help me a lot with the animal care, and we train them to enrich the animals as well.
Okay. And it sounds like you brought some friends today.
I did. I brought a couple animals. Right?
Okay. And would you like to show us these friends?
I'll take out something here. Now this is an animal that all the animals I brought today are found here in this area. Right. So these are all native animals that we could come across at any time. And some that some people might be scared of, but there's really no reason to be scared of them.
Okay.
Right.
And Anne, would you like to say something about?
Oh yeah, certainly. I'm delighted to be here. Thanks so much, Trish, for inviting us.
Thank you for coming.
I'm the Director of Conservation
Yes.
and Sustainability Education at the Greenburgh Nature Center. So I build off of what Andrew does in that our mission is to connect people to nature and to help people define their relationship with nature as engaged with nature instead of separated from it. And so all of the things that our naturalists teach, we're trying to open out people's thinking so that they understand and they can think about how we as humans live on this earth, how we're impacting the plants and animals and insects that we live with, that we share the world with. And Andrew, having brought our local animals, is a prime teacher here.
Right.
Oh, there
so
you go.
This is Tweak.
Hello.
She is a black rat snake.
Can
And
I?
of course, yes, give her a pet. She's very nice. Right?
Oh.
Yeah. Right now, a lot of people think snakes are slimy.
They're not.
They are not slimy. Right? Sometimes they're a little shiny from their scales. They look wet, but they are not. Very dry.
Is it true though that they are they're at the temperature of the room?
Right. So the reptiles, snakes are reptiles. They're cold-blooded animals.
Yes.
So their temperature, their body temperature is basically whatever the temperature is outside. So if it's summertime, it's nice and warm, they're going to be nice and warm. Although they still want to find in the morning, they look for a nice rock to sunbathe on or a nice open patch of grass to sunbathe. In the winter, this snake would hibernate. It can't. It never gets warm enough for it to really be active, and there's a little harder to find food. So they would hibernate through the winter months. So rat snakes, black rat snakes, are found in Westchester, and they're fairly docile snakes. If you come across one, they're not going to strike and bite you. They are most likely just going to freeze. Right? And
Really?
just sort of, yeah. They're just going to sit there and wait for you to go away. Is what they would do with a predator, most likely. Or if that, if that doesn't work and something then goes to attack it, still they can musk. Right? They have a very smelly odor.
Oh, really?
That they would
Okay.
use, and that will often deter animals. They try to imitate rattlesnakes.
Oh, okay.
They'll shake their tail in the leaves. They'll rustle the leaves.
Oh, okay.
And they try to. Yes.
And where this particular one, where did you find this one? Or how did this come to the Greenburgh Nature Center?
So,
it might be a better question.
Right. So a lot of our animals come from people who had them as pets. And they couldn't take care of them anymore. They didn't know how to really properly take care of them. Especially with the tortoises we have, people don't realize how long they live or how big they get. Like we have a couple tortoises that get 3.5 feet across.
Okay.
Most people don't have the space for that.
Yeah.
And they don't realize, though, baby tortoises are this big.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Tweak here was she came from Cranberry Lake, I think, which is in Westchester, right, Ann?
Yes.
Yeah. And they have a couple rat snakes there that they rescued, and we got our hands on her. Yeah.
How do you tell? What's the difference between a poisonous snake or a non-venomous snake and a venomous snake? Like, is there a way to tell?
Well, it can be a little difficult if you don't know. So, non-venomous snakes would be a constrictor. Yeah, sure. Her name is Tweak because she's a little wiggly.
Okay. Hi.
So, non-venomous snakes would be constrictors. Right? They coil around their prey and they squeeze. A venomous snake relies on its fangs and its venom to immobilize its prey.
Oops.
If you look at something like a rattlesnake or other vipers, they have a more triangular shaped head.
Okay.
And it's wider on the sides here. That's sort of where their glands would be.
Okay.
Right?
So a narrower head would be one indicator. One indicator.
Right. Yeah.
Not
saying
saying
that's not saying that's
yes,
always
that's
the case, but it is one rule of thumb.
And you did talk about them hibernating. So, do they take food into their den? Is it called a den?
Just like a den or burrow.
Okay.
Yeah, they would just go underground. They don't take food with them. It's a true hibernation. They are out cold for months until the spring. Yeah, they don't eat the entire time. Which most animals that hibernate, that's the case.
That's
they don't
the case,
eat.
yeah.
But snakes in general, they can go months without eating.
Really?
And,
even when they're out, or
even
just
during the summer months when they're out, they can go months without eating. Not that they want to, but sometimes there are
reasons.
Times of there's less food, less prey available.
Here.
She's enjoying wrapping around.
I actually.
They do seek out the heat. Yeah.
Oh, really?
She is seeking out the heat.
Okay. How old is she?
Tweak, she's about 10 to 12. We don't know exactly. She's about 10 to 12 years. And in the wild, their average lifespan is about 15 years. In captivity, they can live up to 30 years.
Oh, okay.
And they grow based on how much they eat. You can have a 10-year-old snake and a 20-year-old snake that are the same size.
Okay.
Based on how much they eat.
And what would be their predators? What do you...
That's a very good question, and we have some of their predators living wild at the Greenburgh Nature Center, don't we,
right.
Andrew?
That's right. Well, they eat a lot of rodents, small rodents, mice, and chipmunks, squirrels. Also birds and frogs. I mean, they're opportunistic. They'll catch whatever they can. They'll eat whatever they can catch, really.
And then the predators upon them are like the hawks.
Hawks, absolutely.
Right?
Birds of prey.
Red-tailed hawks. Go for
like even a fox.
A fox.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Dogs. One of the enemies of snakes and turtles in the wild is actually our pet dogs, because the eggs laid by snakes and turtles are delicious and fun for domesticated dogs or pets.
Yeah, our domestic pets can often be a problem for the wild animals.
And where about in Greenburgh? I mean, is there a large population of this type of snake in Greenburgh?
I would say no, just because it's a little more developed. If you were to go upstate a little bit, where there's more concentrated areas of woodlands, they like the woodlands. They'll live on farmlands. Especially on farms, there's a lot of rodents. Around the crops and stuff.
Okay, so where there's food, where there's more of their type of food, that's where you would find them.
Yeah.
Rock walls, right?
Yeah,
They
rocky
like rock walls,
outcroppings,
basement
sure.
areas,
Basements, yeah, for
where
sure.
there might
They
be
like-
some rodents and some protection from the winter cold.
Exactly. And even swampy areas. They're not really aquatic snakes, but they do go in. A lot of
They
snakes will rest in the water for hours at a time when they're about to shed. It helps loosen the skin.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So they have a little bit of a spa moment
Yeah.
while they're
Exactly.
while they're gonna shed their skin. Oh, that's interesting. How often do they shed?
Again, depends how much they eat. If they're not eating a lot, they're really not going to shed because it's
It's
how
a
they're
growing.
growing. Right. Their skin doesn't grow with them. So as they grow, the skin gets tight, and then they shed the whole thing, and underneath is a nice, new, bigger skin.
So they have to go up in size.
That's right. Exactly. Going up in size.
Yeah, great.
So we want to really encourage people to welcome in their lives any animals that they happen to find in their neighborhoods or their backyards, because you can imagine not too many rat snakes are able to find their way through our suburbs, right?
Yeah.
And when they do, they're playing a valuable role. They have a role to play. They have, they keep the ecosystem in balance with the rodents, and also they enrich our lives by reminding us that life is so diverse, and it's
Yes.
supposed to be diverse.
Yes, absolutely.
We can live alongside them. We don't have
Yes.
to be separate.
As proved
Right.
by me touching and holding. It's so cute. Oh, they're very, very beautiful.
So I can put tweak back
Yes. And the next
now.
would be
I think I'm going to bring out Melodo.
Okay.
Melodo is our resident screech owl at the
Okay.
Nature Center.
Now, see, the amazing thing about screech owls is very few people realize how many screech owls actually live in suburbia and even in urban areas like White Plains
Oh,
or,
really?
They're all over.
or Center Village. I went out on my deck with my laptop and I logged on to Citizen Science Screech Owl Project, and I played the screech owl call, and within a few minutes, screech owls were calling back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a way you can participate in identifying what the populations are for screech owls right now. Is the citizen science
That's something I might
doing a
do.
project. It's really exciting to do because you don't realize when you see Lodo, which Andrew's bringing out right now, you'll realize they are so well camouflaged for living probably right in your backyard and
Yeah.
you don't know it.
So they kind of look like trees. Oh,
They do.
hi, hi, cutie.
What a precious animal.
How it's a he.
Yes, he's a boy. He is full grown, right? People are usually surprised when
Wow.
they hear that because he's very tiny. Yeah.
What a cutie.
He's about 6 years old.
Okay, now let me ask. How did you come? How did this animal come to Greenburgh Nature Center?
Well, kind of a sad story, but also one of a heartwarming story because
Okay.
he's healthier now and we take care of
Okay.
him. But when he was a baby, somebody found him. He had fallen out of his nest
Oh.
and into a thorn bush. And he had gotten a whole bunch of thorns all in his face and all over him. And he had a few infections, and he still has some lingering sinus problems, which is why we have to hold on to him. Owls are birds of prey, and all birds of prey in this country are protected. And you're not allowed to keep them unless they are injured in some way and not able to survive on their own. If they're healthy, they must be released. So he was deemed unfit for release, so we're able to keep him. And he's a great educational tool for us, and because how often do you get this close to an owl?
Not very
No.
often.
And he's very personable.
He's really cute.
He's very nice.
So, what's the difference between this is a screech owl? What's like a barn owl? Like, because there's several types of owls.
There's many types of owls, and we have a number of species around here. Barn owls are much bigger.
Okay.
So they're both nocturnal. Major differences would be really their size, the way they look, and their prey. So barn owls would eat a lot of the similar things to this. this owl. They eat rodents and things like that. But the barn owl would also be able to go after larger prey. He is a smaller owl, so he sticks to the smaller rodents, and he also eats a lot of insects and things like that, which some of the bigger owls don't bother with.
Okay. And is he more of a solitary type of?
Yeah, most owls are fairly solitary. You know, they get together in the mating season, of course. And actually, this time of year, you can hear the great horned owls. They're hooting even during the day.
Really?
Yeah, we have one on the Nature Center property that I've been hearing for the past week.
That's
it's
interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is fun to come on our property right now because the birds are all very active as they approach their mating season.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, is that the Greenburgh Nature Center, which I had no idea about, it's open all year round.
Yes. Yes, and our
So-
property is open dawn till dusk for
That's right.
free to the public. You can come hike and enjoy exploring the nature on our property, 33 acres right off Central Avenue, and it really is like a gem. It's a gem.
Can I?
Yes.
can
Now,
Just the back.
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't
He's
love being touched.
Okay.
But his tail is okay.
I won't. Not too long, because he doesn't like it. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Owls are. He's very soft.
Oh,
I know.
Talking to you.
I know.
hi.
That was nice.
Hi.
I don't know if the camera caught that, but it's a beautiful sound.
Yeah.
So cute.
Owls have specially shaped feathers. They're a little different than most birds, and it enables them to fly silently. So they're nocturnal animals. They also hunt nocturnal animals.
How? Okay, that's very fascinating to me, because so the feathers are shaped differently. What do you mean?
Slightly. I mean, they have like grooves in them in a certain spot that helps the air go through a little easier.
Okay.
They need to be able to sneak up on their prey.
So it's like on the airplane wings where you have that. It's sort of
Similar.
something like
If
that,
you take-
just to give a visual.
If you take a hawk feather, for example,
Okay.
a precision flying feather, it's very sharp at the edge. I mean, all of the little fibers on it end precisely in a line, whereas with an owl feather, it's feathered at the edge.
Oh,
So
okay.
like my hair, it's kind of feathered, and that means that when he beats it down, it goes like this more rather than.
Right.
Yeah,
Slicing
okay.
into
Going
the
like-
air.
Oh,
See
so
what I
there's
mean?
a
So
there's a
it's
softening. Yeah, there's a softening effect as they move through. That's
So
very
they would
interesting.
not be terrific precision flyers for doing dives from high in the sky, right? Because they
Yeah.
wouldn't have that firmness
Yeah.
in their direction that comes from the kinds of feathers that eagles
Yeah.
and hawks have.
This particular species, they die from between 6 and 10 feet in the branch, about 6 to 10 feet up, down onto their
yeah,
prey. I mean,
that's pretty-
it's high, but
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, it's not like
Hawks,
yeah.
hawks soar hundreds of feet in the air.
And while they're searching, and then boom,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So cute. I actually thought that a screech owl would be bigger, but look at you.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
doll.
And they come in a few different colors. There's some brown and even a couple red ones.
I guess it's because they're in trees, so they basically, it's the bark that they're trying to
Right,
emulate,
exactly.
right?
He's perfectly camouflaged.
Yeah.
If he stood in front of a tree,
You
he
would-
disappears.
Not moving, you
He
wouldn't see him.
disappears.
I'm actually going to do that experiment and now try to find different owl sounds and go outside, because that's a really interesting idea for how to find out what's in your
What's
neighbor.
in your area?
Yeah,
Things
what's
that
in
you
your
can't
neighbor.
necessarily see.
Yeah.
But
They're there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to know now.
10 p.m., 6 a.m., or 5 a.m.
Okay.
or something, in the nocturnal hours, and it could be, that he's very close to you, or you might want to take a little walk in your neighborhood
And
and
just-
walk around a little bit and play it on your iPhone or whatever. But if you do get a reading that you have them in your neighborhood, it is a good thing to feed back to citizen science.
Okay.
That
Right.
you've located one.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's something that we all should be looking out for then, is to
Participate in data
yes,
collection.
Yes, absolutely. It's very important, especially for these types of cuties. Hi. Oh, yeah.
Like Trish is talking to you.
It's so cute. I love it.
He's- that's amazing for him to be talking on television.
Yeah,
I think it's his first time talking on television.
I think so. He's doing a good job.
Okay, and then the next one that we, yeah,
All
you
right.
say bye.
He's precious,
So
right?
yeah, it's adorable.
An amazing animal. Oh, I was so shocked to realize that they live right around us because even I didn't know that, you know.
Yeah.
But they do, and the same with the last animal that Andrew's going to bring out is one that's in our neighborhoods. And this animal, if you find one in your neighborhood, likely he's been living there longer than you have.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. We humans move around a lot more than these animals. They pretty much stay within a radius of 1 to 3 miles at most.
Yeah.
I was also for some reason expecting something bigger, maybe because of Bigfoot from last time.
Oh, you meant Bigfoot last
yes,
time.
yes.
So this is Taco.
Hi, Taco.
Taco is a boy, and he is a box turtle, eastern box turtle. So yeah, the females are a little bit bigger,
Okay.
but not significantly. They're about this size, and they are native species. And just like Ann said, they have likely been living in your backyard longer than you've been there. And you might not always see them. They do stay hidden, and you can see he would also camouflage well in his environment. But they do require a lot of space. You know, they're tiny animals, but they need up to 3 miles for
really?
a range. They have range to find their food and to find mates and to properly live out their lives.
So wait, 3 miles for one, or really?
Well, more than one turtle would live in that space, but they need about that much space.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to roam. You know, they're omnivorous. This is part of the thing about turtles that we have a lot to learn from. They're very enduring animals. The design of a turtle hasn't changed in 500 million years.
Wow.
Essentially, that animal is designed the same way it was 500 million years ago. Humans are not that old in our design. We're much more recent, and part of the endurability of those animals is not only their great protection their hard shells and their tough skin, but the fact that they're so adaptable.
That's right.
Being cold-blooded, and when the temperature goes awry for them, they can just shut down and wait until it's right. And then they can eat almost anything. They eat fungus, insects,
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
fruits, vegetables.
Veggies. Yep.
So in the wild, this animal would hibernate as well.
Yes. So box turtles around this area, eastern box turtles are found all up and down the East Coast.
Okay.
Florida and to New England, all the way over to around Texas, about mid-country. But in this part of the country, they would hibernate roughly from October to April, give or take a few weeks, depending on the weather. We had a very warm winter this year, so they might have bedded down a little later this year
than usual.
Right.
So do they bring food in? Do they? Okay, you said that they just shut down. So that means they go to sleep, and then all of a sudden they feel it's getting warmer again.
It's all based on temperature.
And then they just move out. Oh,
They don't bring
they're
food
not like
with them.
squirrels. They don't like fill their burrow with food
Nope.
or anything like this. They don't do that. They just they will eat as much as possible before, but they don't worry about that. They just go lean. Now I hope the camera can pick up his very red eye.
He does have
You
very
see how
red
beautiful
eyes.
his eyes are? The males have the red eyes,
Yep.
right? And the females have the brown eyes.
That's fantastic.
But, he's a very healthy looking male there.
And for the coaching question of the segment, a lot of us probably have goals of disengaging from technology in our day-to-day lives and spending quality time with our loved ones. Now, how would based on what we discussed here today, how would your backyard, your neighborhood, and especially the Greenburgh Nature Center be able to help you to do that and help you reach your goals? So again, this is Trish Tagley at Trish Time. We hope to see you next time. And till then, have a nice week. Bye-bye.